What's up, friends? Welcome back to another live stream and welcome back to another episode of What is New in Luxury and Beauty. Today, we're going to be talking about all of the hottest news, the hottest headlines in luxury and luxury beauty. We're going to talk about Rhode's acquisition by e.l.f. Cosmetics, which just dropped maybe like an hour ago, just in time for this live stream. So we're going to chat about that. We're going to talk about Chanel's sliding profits and maybe why that is happening. We're also going to be talking about the death of the lipstick index, what is happening to the world of beauty and all of our preferences. And I got a couple of other fun little articles to chat about if we have some time today. But first, let me give a quick little welcome to everybody that is here today live. A special welcome to my Sophia C's Beauty members. Hello, Joanne. Hi, Marie. Tell me where you guys are watching from today. Hello, Verena, Trina, Tyga. Hi, Neetu. Back from your travels. Annika, hello. And Annika, congrats on being a member for 2 months. Congrats. Hi, Jennifer. She said, hello, everyone new to the channel and first time to the live stream. So excited. Welcome, Jennifer. Everybody say welcome. We have Anissa, we have Nydia, Sea Salt Waves, Nicole from Centerville. Hi, Clarissa, Valerie, Kia. You guys are all here on time. Yes, Jennifer, I just got my Refer brushes as well, maybe like a couple days ago, but I haven't washed them yet. So I need to remember to do that tomorrow. Hi, Justine. Who else is here? Stephanie. Hello, Christine from Michigan. What are you guys up to this week? Did you do anything fun for Memorial Day weekend? I wasn't feeling very well over the weekend and I had to work most of the weekend, so mine was kind of boring, but I would love to live vicariously through you and what you did. And if you're watching on the replay also, welcome to my replay crew. Let me know if you did anything fun or if you have any summer plans lined up. Hello, Clarissa, watching from Houston. Hi, Little Sin. Hi, May from Minnesota. Maria. Verena's watching from the UK. Hey, New from Toronto. We've got Canadians in the house. Hi, everybody. Do you guys like my new tumbler? And I put one of my fun little straws with it today. Very summery vibes today. I gotta hydrate for all of this amazing discussion. Oh, Holly says, my Refer order came yesterday. The pastel Danessa palette just arrived. Yeah, guys, I'm actually wearing the Danessa palette on my eyes today. I'm going to tell you what's on my face in a second. It's back in stock. Special thanks to my subscriber, Heather, who always sends me messages whenever things come back in stock. She told me on my recent video, so I linked it down below. It is available at Sephora. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, from Boston. Okay, awesome. How's the weather there this week? Is it warming up? Yeah, Vanessa. She said, I'm early today. Yeah, you are. Love it. Annika's watching from Saskatchewan, Canada. Hi, Super Vero. Welcome back. Hola, hola. Anne Marie, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, you know what? I forgot to grab my little, that was the one thing I forgot to grab is my little Hello Kitty giveaway thing. So I'll get that in a second. But as a quick reminder, guys, anybody who gives a super chat through the month of May and the month of June, you will be entered into a drawing for $100 gift card. And I let you pick if you want like Sephora, Nordstrom, Selfridges, Mecca. What are some other places that you guys like to shop? Wherever you like to shop for makeup and fashion, you get a $100 gift card. Oh, Beauty in the Frizz says, Baltimore, Maryland. We went to the wine festival. I'm so jealous. That sounds so fun. Oh, okay. Kia says, Massachusetts, gorgeous weather today. I'm jealous too. Like a really nice summer day in the Northeast, like a Northeast summer day. There's just like nothing like it. It's just so idyllic and pleasant. Elena's watching from my home state of New Jersey. Oh, it is so hot here today. Well, actually, no, it was nice today, but it's hot in my room right now. So if I look like super flush, you guys know why. You guys know why. Barbie said, did you see the funny SpongeBob Wet n Wild collection? Is there another one? Because I have little collectibles from the first Wet n Wild collection, and I just have them displayed in my beauty armoire. I have the little like Pineapple House sponge holder. I have the little like SpongeBob brush. I have a couple of like little tchotchkes, and I don't use them. I just like display them. Oh, thank you, Neetu. She said, your hair looks so good, Sophia. I just got it cut. Man, I really needed a cut. It was bad. It was so bad. And it literally was just, I didn't get around to scheduling the appointment, and I finally did. I just had to recurl it real quick. So thank you for that. I curled it in like 2 seconds. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad. Oh, thank you, Mary, for the super chat. Let me get my little Hello Kitty. It's just over here. Here it is. If you missed it last time, we have a new little basket. It's Hello Kitty themed, and the inside is really cute. It's just like an Easter basket that I got on clearance at Pottery Barn Kids. Let me get these out, and I will add you to the basket. And as we're waiting for people to join, which by the way, if you just joined in the past couple of minutes, welcome. I hope you're having a good week so far. I'm going to show you what is on my face today because I have some new stuff that literally just came in the mail today. I just put it on my face before this live stream, and I thought it'd be fun to share my first impressions or do like some swatches for you guys. So I thought that would be fun. Okay. Thank you so much, Mary. I'm going to add you there. Oh, Jessica, I hope your shoulder is feeling better. Oh, gosh. Well, I hope we can entertain you and distract you today. Thank you, Amy, for gifting a Sophia Sees Beauty membership. I'm going to add you to, I keep calling it a giveaway, but it's like a drawing or a raffle, I guess you would call it. Thank you, Amy. And if you guys were gifted a membership a month ago, just a reminder that it will expire after a month. So totally up to you if you want to renew it, but just a reminder because I think we had some gifted ones about a month ago. You do have to renew it after a month. Good, Marie, you're so funny. I don't think I can read your comment. Thank you, Beauty and the Frizz. She said, so happy to catch you live. Oh, I'm so glad we have like a good turnout today. Beauty and the Frizz. Thank you, guys. Very, very generous of you. Thank you, Sea Salt Waves. I'm distracted because I'm watching the NHL playoffs. I don't blame you. Who won? Wait, guys, who won? Did Dallas win the other day? Because we had it on, but then Tyler switched to basketball. So I didn't get to see the end of the game. Put this in here. Hey, Karen, how's it going? It's been so hot here in Jacksonville, Florida, too. Yeah, I bet. Thank you, Laura. Can we talk brows for beginners later? Yes, Laura, are you coming to the after show? Before I forget, guys, there is going to be an after party for members right after this show. I have some like beauty sneak peeks to show you from Chanel, Dior, NARS, and I think Charlotte Tilbury. I have like a little mini haul, whatever we have time for. But yeah, we definitely can talk about brows afterwards. And if you joined the membership recently, guys, don't forget to join the Discord because that is where I usually post a lot of like the announcements or I ask you guys for feedback, that kind of stuff. Thank you, Maricia. I hope I pronounced your name okay. She said, love your work, Sophia. Love from UK and Poland. Oh my gosh, yay. I'm glad you were able to join because I know it's late for you guys. Thank you, Maricia. Thank you, Christina, for gifting a membership. So nice of you. Thank you, Christina. All right, let's see if we have any more, and then we will move on with our show. Thank you, Rachel, for the super chat, wishing everyone a post-Memorial Day wallet recovery. Oh my gosh, Rachel. Yeah, don't even get me started. I feel like the sales started earlier this year. So I ended up getting a lot of stuff like the week or two before. But I did order a little like a new furniture thing to replace this clothing rack, and that definitely put a dent in my budget because I wanted something good quality. Oh, the Oilers won. Darn. Oh, thank you, Clarissa. She said in your video today regarding Dior, your eyes looked beautiful. I tried to recreate what I could tell, lol. Oh, yeah, I just used 2 shades from the Dior Brown Cashmere palette. It was just like the medium gold and then the white in the center. I did a really, really simple look because I didn't want it to like stand out too much. You know what I mean? Deborah, the sneak peeks are only for the after party because I'm not allowed to share them because I don't want my channel to get a strike. So that's the reason I saved them for the after party, because it's behind a paywall. I'm not technically allowed to distribute them publicly. So that's the reason that I don't share them during the main show. Hi, Amit. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Okay. Go Oilers, Katie said. Deborah said, I blew all of my money on Blazers. That's very specific, Deborah. Nicole got her son a new mattress over the holiday weekend. It's a very sensible purchase. Very sensible. I love that you got that for your son as well. It's like something that nobody wants to buy for themselves. So, but if somebody buys it for you, you're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for this. All right, so let me show you what is on my face real quick. Some of these things are new. Would love to hear if any of you guys have tried these. Oh, thank you, Kia. I need to get the SpongeBob thingy. Oh yeah, just go on Amazon and search for SpongeBob tumbler, and this will pop up. Thank you, Kia, and thank you, Lynn, as well. I'm going to put you guys in the bucket in just a second. Karen is asking, oh, hey, Karen, by the way, when is the after show? When can I watch? So the after party is for members. So for the folks who have joined the membership, I do exclusive extra bonus content. So the after party, what we do is we do about 2 hours of the main show. So it'll end at, what time is it now? It'll end at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and then we do an after party for members directly after that. And if you're a member, you can watch all of the replays. Like if you can't come to the after party, you can watch the replays in the YouTube membership tab. Okay, cool. All right. So first off, I am wearing the Merit, the uniform. What is this? Tinted mineral sunscreen. I've really been liking this. Did anybody pick this up? I'm just curious. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. I have shade 28, and this has been good for, you know, I haven't been wearing this when I film my demos because I kind of wanted something a little bit more full coverage. But for example, today I had to get ready in like 10 minutes to go to the hair salon to get my hair cut. I wasn't dressing up for anybody, you know what I mean? I just wanted like put on some sunscreen, put on, you know, something with a little bit of a tint, some concealer, mascara, you know what I'm talking about. And this was perfect for that. Today, I paired this with the Clé de Peau stick concealer. So wherever I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, I kind of just like scribble that on and blend it in. But so far, I really like this. It's not greasy at all. I really like the texture. Like it's moisturizing, but it doesn't feel sticky at all. And I have a lot of lights on my face right now, so you can see it's not shiny. Sandy said, love the Merit uniform sunscreen. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Oh, hold on. Hi, Tanya. Welcome to the live. She said, I love the Merit skin tint so much. Wearing it as my everyday quick makeup. Okay, good. I love to hear what you guys think. Definitely go check out her channel as well, guys. I know most of you probably already know who she is, but I just want to give her a shout out. Oh, good night, Anne Marie. Thank you for saying hello and joining us for a little bit. Rachel said, I loved your look for the No Thanks Chanel video, and I may have ran and grabbed the Sisley Lippy. Dang it, Sophia. Yay. Spoiler, that's going to be in my monthly favorites this week. I love that color. It is the perfect color for me. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for the super chat. I will add you guys probably in a little bit as I'm doing a poll to the bucket. Thank you, Jessica. She said, your videos have been vital for my recovery. Thank you for keeping me entertained. Oh, I'm so glad, Jessica. Thank you so much for the super chat and for your sweet comment. Amy said, I'm waiting for my Merit SPF. Okay, yeah. A lot of you guys follow Tanya's channel. What else? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm also wearing today the Dior Backstage Blush, and this is in the shade Candy. I really like this one. And I have a highlighter on top, which I'll tell you about in just a second. But I've really been liking, well, I've only had it for like a day or two, but I like Candy. And then I just got the Makeup by Mario bronzer in the mail right before this live. So I wanted to show you all. This is the lightest shade, and it kind of does look like a setting powder, but on my skin tone, it looks like a bronzer. And the formula, I mean, I've just put it on for the first time. Formula, very silky, very blendable. I believe this is a talc-free formula. Yes, this is a talc-free formula, so it has kind of like that very powdery, silky type of texture. And this is not a very warm shade. I was curious because I really wanted to know, oh, is this going to be like a nice subtle light shade for fair skin? And let me see if I can see if the swatch will come up in this lighting. See, it's like a really nice subtle look. And then I brought my Dior one here just as a comparison. See if I can get a good swatch here. See how this one is warmer, the Dior, and then the Merit one has more of a peachy look. So just wanted to let you guys know, I think it's really nice if you are looking for, I know I just did, ooh, there's makeup all over my keyboard. I know I just did a bronzer video, but I love bronzers, and I feel like Mario, that's kind of his thing, is like bronzers, contouring. So I wanted to try it out. I'll probably put it in an upcoming video. I'll definitely put it in an upcoming video so you can see it more in natural light. But just right off the bat, wanted to let you know, I think it's really nice. No complaints. And is it fragranced? No. I'm smelling the Dior one. The Dior one is very fragrance. Hold on, let me give some thanks here. Yes, Carla, Elf Beauty bought Rhode. We're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. Tyga says, pretty blush. Oh no, Candy sold out? I didn't know that. I didn't notice that. It must have just sold out. Tyga said, I just ordered that bronzer. Looking forward to it coming. Yeah, I think you're going to like it. If you're my skin tone, if you're a little bit tanner than me, I would probably go with the second one. Thank you, Rachel. Dior Candy looks gorge on you. Love today's video on the powder blushes. Thank you. I'm so glad. Nicole said, I Want Candy song is now in my head. I want candy. Hi, Magic Dark Star. Love from the UK. What have I missed? Not much. I'm just giving some first impressions on some makeup that just came in the mail, and then we're going to talk about Elf acquiring Rhode Beauty. Heather is asking about the Make Beauty bronzer. I haven't tried that. I'll have to look that up, Heather. Is it pinky? Is it peachy? Or is it just like really subtle? Sarah is asking about the Violette Bisou Balm Sheer Matte. Are they comfortable? Yes, I think that they are. They have kind of like a blurring look to the lips. They're very creamy. They're not like a super duper matte. They have more of like that blurred look. If you like Asian style beauty, a lot of those lippies have a very similar formula. Thank you so much, Wendy, for gifting 5 Sophia C's Beauty memberships. Wendy is just gifting all the memberships. I love it. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome, Karen, new member. If you have time tonight, please join us for the after party. But if not, we are going to be having another members only live this weekend, and I'm going to be posting that tomorrow morning. Valerie said, color looks nice, cool toned here. Yeah, I think if you are cool toned, you will like this. I'm a little bit warmer, and even I like the tone. How does it compare to the original one? So the only other one that I have for Mario are the ones that have like the ombre effect. I don't have the other one. There was like an original one that had talc, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Hi, Gemma. Welcome to the live. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. She said, love your review of the dollar store Dior lip butter. I'm actually wearing the lip butter on my lips today because I did on my eyes. Let me show you. I did. Oh my gosh, I have so much glitter everywhere. Oh, well. On my eyes, I have the Danessa Myricks Beauty Pastel Dream. This just came back in stock, as I was saying a second ago, but if you missed it, it just came back in stock, and I just did these 2 shades. And you can see, like, you know, I probably could have built up this shade a little bit more if I wanted to, but I didn't want to do anything too crazy. You can definitely create a very light look with this palette. I think last time I wore these 2, but I wanted to do something different to show you guys today. So I think you can tell that little like duochrome shift right there. It's really nice. And I thought it goes really nicely with my little dollar store tchotchke. I hate the packaging, but the formula does feel really nice. So I was like, okay, I'll wear this today. It comes in this little pouch, by the way, which I got super dirty, but oh well. Hi, Karen. Okay, so she said, I was subscribed, but not as a paying member, just joined. Awesome. Welcome. Do you still see the after show if you are tier 1 or tier 2? Yes. It doesn't matter what tier you are, you will get access to all the members only videos. So you can go to the membership tab on my channel page. You'll see the members only videos that we have so far. There'll be another one that's going to come out for June. And then you have access to all the replays, everything. And when this live ends, you basically are just you'll probably get a notification that it has started, but you're just going to go back to my page and click on the thing that says after party. I know it can be a little bit confusing. Oh, candy and toffee are sold out at Sephora. Oh, are the cream ones? Justine said, my wallet is hurting after this week. Received my refer brushes. Yay! Dior newness and my Danessa Myricks order from her sale. I've got a lot to try out. I'm so bummed. I thought that my fragrance net order was going to come today because I got so much stuff from like Sisley and whatnot, and it didn't come. I can't wait to play with all that makeup this weekend though. Thank you, Anna, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. If you guys have any things you want to say or ask me when you send a super chat as well, feel free. Oh, I'm so glad, Kim. She said, thank you for the refer recommendations. Yes, we're chatting about Danessa Myricks. Oh, Jessica, you got the Monica Vinader hoops. Yes. Yes. I was going to put them on and then I kind of like forgot as I was putting my mic on. Okay, guys. And then lastly, is this the last thing? Lastly, where are you? I got the Prada highlighter. Okay, here we are. Okay. I got the Prada highlighter and I got the pink shade. So I just put this on. My first impressions are that, I don't know, you might not be able to tell on camera because the lights kind of wash me out a bit, but it definitely looks darker than I thought it was. Not in a bad way, but that was just my first impression. It looks darker and it looks peachier. It's not like a ballerina pink like the Dior pink strobe, for example. It's more of like a warm toned pink. However, the formula is exactly what I thought it was going to be, like very creamy and smooth. So let me swatch it for you. See that? Can you guys see it okay? Pretty, right? Extremely smooth. And I put it on my cheeks. I put a lot on. I was getting ready. I had to turn down all my blinds because the sun was too bright. And then as a result, I couldn't see how much I was putting on, but I put on a lot. And then I just brought out here the Chanel Rev de Camellia highlighter, excuse me, just to show you a little comparison here. Very similar, except the Chanel one is lighter. So I'll do a quick little comparison. They both really just melt into the skin. But you can see the Chanel one is a little bit lighter. Yeah. The Prada one, you know what? The Prada one is even smoother. Not to knock my favorite highlighter, okay, from Chanel, but I'm looking at the formula and this one, I think because it's more emollient and it has a bit of that creamy touch, it's even smoother. Like it melts into the skin even more and it's a little bit more subtle than the Chanel. I think you can see it. But yeah, first impressions, this is really good. Very strong fragrance. I kind of like it. It's not a very, I don't know what it is about it. There's something about that I really like. I can't put my finger on it. All right, let me get this off. Okay, Sea Salt Wave says, would you choose the Prada or the YSL? Well, I don't have the YSL. Have those come out yet? I haven't tried those yet. Sarah B. Hey, Sarah. Oh, man, I'm trying to decide if I want that or not. Myra wants to know, how does it compare to the Hourglass highlighters? Well, the Hourglass highlighters are... That's a good question. Those are going to be more blingy. They're going to be shinier. I'm just thinking off the top of my head from what I know. Hi, Christiane. How are you? Oh, Heather is saying there's been mixed reviews. I don't watch anybody's reviews, by the way, until I review it myself. So I'm also like very oblivious. So Heather said she thinks it looked gorgeous. One review said it's too opaque. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you get the right color for your skin tone, I don't know. I feel like you can just buff it in. It should just melt into the skin, but I'll have to try it out a little bit more. Carol says, my Prada is arriving on Friday. Yay! Oh, you guys are jewelry shopping. Lizzie Fortunato, I love their stuff. Mira said, I got my refer order, yay, and my Hourglass custom palette. Finally, those custom palettes take a while to ship, right? Christiane said, I bought candy and toffee from the Dior site and they are arriving tomorrow. Yay! Did you get the cream ones or the powder ones? I'm curious what you guys are liking more. One review said it's somewhat similar to the Westman Atelier highlighter and can maybe be a blush. No, I wouldn't. It's not as creamy as the Westman Atelier, that's for sure. This is a pretty light shade. Like, in no way would this look like a blush, I think, on anybody, but maybe the deeper shade. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. Let me see here. Lady Miss G is wondering, the candy powder shade from Dior has been sold out for a few days. Darn. I guess I'm not surprised that's the most popular because it is a new shade. I would assume that Sephora will get those blushes. I'm sure of it. They're definitely going to be at other stores, so we'll just wait. Whenever I see it, I'll let you guys know. I'm sure they're not going to be just on the Dior site. I think Dior just wants as many people as possible, as many early adopters as possible to buy from their site because they get higher margins when you do that. So I think that's why. And then they gave Sephora the cream ones and the lippies. I think because like they're marketed towards maybe more of like the Sephora customer. So they kind of gave it to them as an exclusive, but just notice how they didn't give them the powder blushes. They gave them a little bit, but not everything. Thank you so much, Christiane, for gifting one Sophia Sees Beauty membership. I'm going to get all you guys in the Hello Kitty raffle pail in just a second. Okay, guys, are we ready to chat about some beauty and luxury news? Let's go. All right, let me share my screen. 1 second. Oh my goodness, how many tabs? How many tabs do I have? I'm just going to pull one of them up. I got some good stuff today. I think we should talk about e.l.f. first. So if you guys didn't hear about this, because this literally was just announced before the live, maybe like an hour or two ago, and I was very excited because because we're talking about all this stuff today on the live. Thank you, Valerie, for the super sticker. So nice of you. I appreciate you guys. I hope I didn't miss anybody. No, I think I'm good. Okay. Let me just get my notes real quick. Okay, so e.l.f. just acquired Rhode for $1 billion. That is insane. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this. A lot of the articles, well, first off, all of these articles are going to be linked in the description box. However, for most of them, you do need to have a subscription. So I'm going to do my best to summarize these articles. I went through and picked out some of like the highlights and the different stats and quotes and that kind of stuff. So I will do my best to read those out. And then I'm going to be obviously reading your reactions to everything. Okay, so this article, which comes from the Business of Fashion, one of my favorite sites to read about this kind of stuff, it says, in its latest fiscal year ending in March, the brand, meaning Rhode, generated $212 million in net sales from just 10 products. They don't have that many products, including its Pocket Blush and Glazing Milk Essence. I think those are the two most popular from what I've seen. This month, Rhode announced it will launch in all Sephora US and Canada stores in the fall and in Sephora UK by the end of the year, which of course we all knew because we've already talked about it on this live a couple of times, but we were waiting for that. So I guess it's going to be in the fall. I had no idea when it was going to be, but it's like before holiday, basically. The article also says, basically, Elf said, what we saw in Rhode was another like-minded disruptor. I see Hailey as much more than a celebrity. She is one of the most thoughtful founders I've ever met. She has incredible instinct, a beautiful aesthetic that is absolutely resonating with her community. It says that Hailey is going to continue as Rhode co-founder, chief brand officer, and head of innovation, as well as act as a strategic advisor for Elf, which I think is interesting. I definitely feel like I would love to know what you all think. I do think that Hailey Bieber seems to be one of the more like hands-on celebrity brand founders. I also think why she's seen so much success is that she's not just a celebrity that decided to do a beauty line. Like she actually sets a lot of trends, like the latte makeup. I feel like a lot of trends come out of some TikTok that she posted, and she just kind of like makes up a lip combo and then it becomes a thing. It really does seem like she is a huge influencer for maybe not my generation, maybe like a little bit younger than me, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. I really do see her having a lot of influence over people. And so when she came out with her brand, I can definitely see why people kind of like latch on to it. I never really saw Selena Gomez, and maybe this is just me, but I never really saw Selena Gomez as like a beauty icon, but she's been very hands-on with her brand. The article mentions Ariana Grande and how she's kind of faced headwinds with her brand. But again, I don't really think of Ariana Grande as a beauty icon or somebody who's like a beauty trendsetter. And I really feel like with Hailey, she is, whether you like it or not. So what do you guys think makes this brand special? Do you agree with that? Do you feel like that's kind of like a secret sauce to why her brand has been so successful? I think that Elf, in addition to, wanting to acquire a very successful brand, I think that they do want Hailey Bieber on their team. I mean, they're keeping her as a strategic advisor for Elf. So I think that's very strategic for them. It also says in the article, she could have easily gotten more money from private equity or someone else, but she cares about building the brand for the long term. It feels very soon for her to be selling her brand, but it's grown so fast that if she wants to continue this momentum, she probably does need she needs the backing of a bigger company to fund that expansion. So let me see what you guys are saying. Valerie said they better keep her around for more sales. Nitu said Elf is smart. Carrie said my daughter loves that brand. I think part of it is the scarcity marketing. Oh, interesting. Do their things sell out immediately as soon as there's like a new shade? I don't really shop from Rhode. Like I did try their blushes, which I didn't really care for, to be honest. And I tried their the peptide lip treatment, which I thought was nice. But the brand is definitely not luxury. Like the packaging is very cheap, but I'm not necessarily saying that that's like a bad thing. I think that she's catering to her audience, which is going to be like a younger customer that is more on a budget. Like it's not a luxury brand. But I think at the end of the day, like it's still beauty news. It's still very telling as to like what's happening in the industry right now. Casey said, Hailey is the brand identity 100. Clarissa said, I think it's special only because of her and she seems very sweet. Yeah, I think she cares a lot about the brand. I don't know. It seems like people genuinely like the products. It's not like she's just putting out whatever and being like, oh my gosh, you should buy this just because it's my brand. I think she does care about the products, whether I like them or not. And I know a lot of people that really enjoy the glazing milk, for example. Hey Nu said, Elf and Rhode are the same demographic. Right. And it says in the article, it points out that this is going to increase Elf's gross margin because the Rhode products are more expensive than e.l.f. products. e.l.f. is definitely a drugstore brand, whereas I think Rhode is maybe, I don't know if I would call it prestige. I mean, I guess they're going to be at Sephora, but it's definitely more on the affordable side. And I think you're right. It is the same demographic of people who are purchasing those items. It also says in the article that this acquisition will give e.l.f. a stronger foothold with younger Gen Z consumers, a fickle but important cohort as beauty wallet size shrinks. Carol said she has a stellar marketing team. Karen says, what a win-win for Rhode and Haley. Not feeling that way for e.l.f. Those wipe away lip liners. Everyone's saying, yes, they're going to be in Sephora soon. Christiane says, I think Haley was super smart in selling Rhode before she had to invest a lot in the brand. Smart move. Exactly. I don't think this is necessarily like, I don't know. I'd like to think this isn't necessarily Hailey Bieber being like, oh, I'm trying to just launch something, make a bunch of money and bounce. I don't think that's what this is going to be about. I feel like just like with Selena Gomez, and we've talked about Selena Gomez potentially trying to sell her brand. Same with like Makeup by Mario, maybe Patrick Ta. A lot of these people are trying to sell their brands. I think it's we're going to talk about this later in the show, but I think this is like a really challenging market right now. It is very, very competitive. Consumers are being even more choosy than they were before. There's a lot of pressure to launch new products constantly. So if you are, I'm sure she has like investors and stuff like that, but I'm actually not sure of those details, but I think it's becoming harder and harder to grow. So I think for her, this is probably just the next step in expanding her brand even further, and it will allow her to launch new products. Joanne said she's definitely that disruptor, like they say. People follow her for ingenuity. Yes, she is a huge influencer. Amy said, people are freaking out because she is the reason the brand is what it is, but seems to miss that she's staying on board. I wonder if we will see any changes. Yeah. The thing about e.l.f. is like, just kind of seeing where the direction they've taken their brand, I feel like I don't think the soul of this brand is going to change all that much. If it was like Estee Lauder acquiring them or something like that, I would probably think differently. Or I don't think that, going back to the quote in the article where it said she could have gotten way more money from private equity, I don't think she wants to sell out to private equity because I don't think she would have as much control. I think that she wanted a partner that would definitely align with the direction she wants to take the brand, what's good for the customer, a brand that understands the customer. And e.l.f., I mean, a lot of these companies, even e.l.f., have seen their sales declining over the past quarter. But in general, e.l.f. has done pretty well over the past couple of years, even as people have kind of like pulled back their spending. Thank you, Jacqueline, for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Hold on, I gotta catch up on your comments. Brown Girl Bella said she might be looking for her exit from Justin. ... Ooh, some tea. Some tea. I'm not up to date on any of the gossip. Joanne said she needed the capital and she also gets a piece of e.l.f. in leadership. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a really good investment for her and her business. Laura said, where can you even buy Rhode? You buy it on her website, and then in the fall, you can get it at Sephora. Oh my gosh. Valerie said, last pop-up had a 4-hour wait, I heard. Oh my gosh. People will stand in line for so long, guys. Like the Glossier stores, even now, if there's a Glossier store that opens up, people stand in line for like 2 hours to go buy Glossier. You can literally order it online. I remember I was in Williamsburg in New York City, in Brooklyn, when they opened up the Glossier store there. I just happened to be walking by with my friend, and there was a line all around the block. And I went up to some of the girls that were in the line, and I was like, ooh, what are you guys waiting for? They're like, oh, just the store opening. And I said, oh, is there like a celebrity there today? Like, is there champagne? Is there like, I thought maybe there was like an influencer meet and greet or something. They said, no, just the store opening. I personally would not wait that long. Oh, she's banking and Justin is going broke. Oh shoot, I gotta look up this tea after this. Jessica said, Hailey Bieber has a je ne sais quoi aesthetic. There is a mystery about her. I think what Hailey did was genius because when she first launched, she had a very curated roster of products. Yeah, like very simple, very curated, which is kind of what you need to do, I think, if you are a new brand, if you're not backed by some of these larger conglomerates, you have to start small and you have to choose your categories very carefully, I think, as well. Everyone talking about Justin's money problems. Pink Sparkle. Hey, Pink Sparkle. She said, sorry, I think her brand is kind of sleepy. I'm not into it, but I understand why it's popular. Mary does not like the products. Tried her products, not good. I don't know if they would appeal to a lot of my subscribers, which is why I don't really cover them. But I do sometimes get I do sometimes get asked for comparisons and things. Barbie said, I agree with you, Sophia, about needing financial backing to pay for the Sephora gondola. And if you're going to be in Sephora, you need to meet the Sephora criteria. And you're also going to be losing margin because you're in Sephora. So you just need more backing in order to keep up with what Sephora expects of you. So Precious Roy is saying, I don't think it was the same demographics. Elf is drugstore. Rhode is proximate to Sephora, online only, not the same. I don't know if I would agree with that. I think that a lot of Gen Z, I think that Elf caters mostly to Gen Z, but you guys let me know. I think they both serve younger demographics who are a little bit price conscious. Hi, Makeup Esquire. Welcome to the show. Oh, Sea Salt Waves. This is a good comment. It's strange to me that Rhode will be in Sephora rather than Ulta. Her brand seems more suitable for Ulta to me. That's true. I agree with that. I didn't even think of that. But maybe she wants to elevate her brand a little bit. I don't know. Not that Ulta doesn't have good stuff. Like we all know they do. They have Chanel, Dior, Charlotte Tilbury, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because so many Gen Z and Gen Alpha consumers are going to Sephora. I mean, we've talked about the Sephora kids stuff on this channel before. Christiane said, in my opinion, Elf is stepping up their game by buying Rhode. Janet says, Rhode is also a lifestyle. She was the first to come out with the brand adjacent swag, such as that unusual phone case that holds the lip balm. Not my vibe, but younger people seem to like it. Yeah, true. Little accessories and stuff, right? Wendy is saying, will there be a massive exodus of customers? Let me see. What did Trina say? Trina said, not to be mean, but I feel like being associated with Elf downgrades the Rhode brand. I don't think a lot of people are even going to know that she's owned by Elf, though. Like, people are going to go to Sephora, they're going to see Rhode. They're going to go to the drugstore, they're going to see e.l.f. I don't necessarily think people are going to, like, we know, but does the average Gen Z customer know that she's owned by e.l.f.? I don't think they're going to know. But I don't know. That's what I think. I talk to my friends and family all the time about, like makeup or fashion or whatever, and they have no idea. I'm like, oh, so-and-so owns this. They're like, what? I had no idea. I think people go into the store and they're just like, what's that popular thing I saw on social media? And they just like go straight to it. Yes, Annika, e.l.f. has other brands under them, like Alicia Keys' Key Soul Care and Naturium, and one other that I can't remember. Yes, they have been buying up a couple of brands. A lot of you guys don't like the products, but that's okay. I don't think we are the demographic. Sintu said, I'm very excited about the collaboration with e.l.f. e.l.f. brand's direction is interesting and should watch out for innovative products with Rhode. Definitely. I think e.l.f. they're very creative in their marketing. They do very fun, playful, thoughtful marketing. I think that they are a brand that really understands their customer. And so I definitely see a lot of synergies there between e.l.f. and Rhode, because I think Haley really understands her customer as well. And they probably want to maintain, e.l.f. wants to maintain that cool factor, that hot factor. They want to probably learn from the Rhode team and from Haley. I think it's a really good strategic move for both of them. Oh, that's what Brown Girl Bella just said. This was definitely a strategic move for both parties. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. You didn't miss too much. We still have so much to talk about today. Nitu said, what Glossier stuff do we like? I haven't tried any. I actually have a Glossier video. I think it's like best and worst, or like full face, or like my favorites. I have a Glossier video. You should check it out. I like a lot of their stuff, actually. Hi, Jen. Jen, I just shipped out your giveaway stuff. I'm sorry, I wasn't confident that it would get picked up on Memorial Day weekend. I just sent you an email. Yes, Amy said the Glossier store in Soho always has a line. It's wild to me. I know in Boston on Newbury Street, there's always a line. The one here in Dallas doesn't, but then again, I go to the mall on like a Wednesday midday when like everyone's at work. So it's not a very popular time. Makeup Esquire said, unpopular opinion, but I think the brand is way overhyped. I think it's overhyped too. Like, I admire what she's created. I'm not trying to like knock her products or anything, but I think it's overhyped because, like everything she comes out with sort of like instantly goes viral. Jessica said, yeah, I have nothing from the brand, but this almost 46-year-old is definitely not the target audience. Yeah, neither am I. Congrats, Meg, for being a member for 1 month. Hey, Enamored Beauty. Everybody go check out her channel. She said watching on TV. Yay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so chatty today. It makes me really excited. ECB. Hello, ECB. I haven't heard from you in a while. Hi, Sophia. I've missed you. Miss you too. I love a lot of my excuse me, why can't I talk? A lot of my high school students use e.l.f. I agree with you. I love hearing from just like people who teach like middle school and high school. Like, what are they like right now? What are they into? The last time we did one of these shows, remember we were reading about, I was talking about this with my hair stylist today when I was getting my hair cut, how like all of the teenage boys are into like luxury designer fragrances. Because we were talking about fragrances. It's just wild to me. Hi, Paula. Just got home from work. Long day. Well, I hope we can entertain you and, you can relax a little bit to the show. Thank you so much, Meg, for the super sticker. I'll get you guys added to our little raffle bucket very soon. Whew. All right, trying to keep up with all of you. The dupe factor. Tracy said, I feel so old. I had to Google her and the brand. That's okay, Tracy. Janet said, I wonder if e.l.f. is trying to position itself beyond its dupe reputation. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting thought, Janet, because they are kind of known for duping other brands. And they probably they probably do want to innovate a little bit more. Hi, Danny. She said, first time I make it into a live. Finally. Hi from Mexico. Hi, welcome. I hope that you have fun with us today. Brown Girl Bella said, well, e.l.f. already has a footprint in Ulta, so it's probably easier to slide Rhode in there. But the big thing will be for e.l.f. to get into Sephora now. I don't think, can e.l.f. get into Sephora, though? e.l.f. is a drugstore brand. Do we feel like that's even possible? Karen said, e.l.f. has the money for R&D. She needs that experience if she's going to make it at Sephora. Exactly, Karen. Karen always has the best comments. Clarissa. Okay, so Clarissa won our members giveaway in the after party like a few weeks ago. And she said, I will say this though, in the giveaway I won a couple weeks ago, there was an e.l.f. Glow Melting Lip Balm, and I was very surprised how good it is. Yes. No, there's they have some good stuff. They have good stuff. e.l.f. customer service is very responsive. Justin is the man behind the brand. Really? Tell me more about that, Mary. Yes, Stephanie said, Phyllis, remember when they were all like $1 to $3? That was their thing. No, I remember when the brand, I don't know if it was when they first were started, but I remember learning about it. e.l.f. stands for eyes, lips, and face. And the whole shtick, right, was that everything was like $1. It was really, really cheap. And now they've increased the prices, but what they've done is that they've made dupes of the expensive stuff. So in relation, it's like, oh my gosh, such a deal. You kind of forget that it used to be $2. Okay, ECB says, if you wear anything, we're talking about the high school kids. If you wear anything designer, they know it. I've seen it from elementary school to high school kids. Oh, that's so interesting. Because they know all about it from social media. Emily always has the scoop too. She said, yes, the boys are more into fragrance than the girls. Another high school teacher here. Yeah, I remember you saying that in the other live. Carrie says, it's crazy how influential TikTok is on what the younger generation want. Everything my daughter is interested in gets sold out. And where are they getting the money for it? I'm like, how are they paying for this stuff? Let me see. Yes, Carrie. For example, recently there was a Kerastase hair oil, went to Sephora, sold out, lol. Yeah, well, that's because they have, is it Sydney Sweeney, who is the representative or ambassador, maybe I should say, for the brand. Emily said, a lot of my female high school students don't seem to be too into makeup, but they love pimple stickers. Oh, that's so funny because I would have been mortified to wear something like that in high school. I always wore foundation. I always had like perfectly applied foundation and concealer because I had I still had, redness and acne when I was younger. The thought of wearing a pimple sticker in public, I didn't even have pimple stickers then. So that's really interesting that they'll just like wear it to school. I went to Orange Theory a couple days ago or like last week, and the girl that manages the desk, she had like a big like purple star pimple sticker on her forehead, and I was like, "Oh, it's cute." Like interesting. um Kim said, "Maybe we'll see Road in Australia one day." Oh, if you want it there, I hope it does. Thank you so much, Phyllis, for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member as well. Tyga said, "Yes, my 14-year-old niece has the yellow pimple stickers on her face all the time. Wish that was a thing when I was young." Yes, same. Why wasn't that in when I was young? Littleson said, "Elf is drugstore, but they do have nice products." Lisa says, "Elf owns Well People." Oh, that's right, which seems similar in price and target market to Rhode. That's right. That was the one that I think we forgot. Laura said, "I buy my 16-year-old niece Fleur, Kayali, and Killian fragrances." Damn, Laura, Killian fragrances. Can I be your niece? Oh, ECB says pimple stickers and false eyelashes. Yeah, I think that they're more into eyelashes than they are eyeshadow. Nobody wore eyelashes when I was in high school. Nobody. Not that I can remember. If they were, I would have been wearing them. Let's just put it that way, because I was like, whatever makeup thing, I was into it. The pimple stickers, false eyelashes, and long nails. It's so interesting. Carrie said, "Gotta say, I'm 45 and I just started retinol and really love pimple stickers, lol." I love pimple stickers too. Clarissa said, "I went to Sephora the other day and there was a young woman using all the samples as her makeup. Shaking my head irritated me because she was hogging the mirrors. She was literally getting ready for like a night out or for the day." Tarantula lashes, hee hee. Brown Girl Bella said, "I couldn't type fast enough. I want to be her niece too." Oh my gosh. Yeah, can any of it, like, I can't imagine wearing uh false eyelashes in high school, especially because I literally used to get up at like 5 in the morning to get ready for school because the bus came at maybe not 5 in the morning. I used to get up at 5:30, 5:45 because like the bus would come at 6:20 a.m. and I would have to I would do my hair and makeup to catch the bus. Imagine me trying to put on stupid fake eyelashes. We all want to be Laura's niece, let's face it. Oh my gosh. You guys. Oh, the afternoon sun, the evening. I thought I put the shades down enough. You guys are getting, I have a little glow going right now, this golden glow. Clarissa said, "Random question. What are the crowns and hashtags by our names?" Oh, I don't know. I have to see it in your view. Oh, let me end the poll, by the way. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the little crowns are by your names. Oh, I see that. I don't know what that is. That's a good question. I'm going to look that up. I see what you're like. I see one by Sea Salt Waves. It says crown number 2. She said, there's that beautiful Texas sunset, Sophia. We have beautiful sunsets here. It's so flat. I can see for miles. And I mean, the good thing is that it's like nice and I enjoy the light and I enjoy the view, but it does get very hot in here. But it's not that hot anymore. So that's good. Hold on. I think I missed a super chat. Thank you, Catherine, for the super sticker. Oh, that's cute. It's like a little pear. They need more options. I wish they had like custom options for the super stickers so we could have like cute little like mini ones or like SpongeBob and Hello Kitty. Oh, community leaderboard. What does that mean? Where do I see the? Oh, okay. Hold on. I see it here. Oh, wow. Nitu is the queen. We got Writer Girl, Trina, Sea Salt Waves. Maybe this is like how many chats you send. Oh, this is so fun. I didn't even know this. Maybe this is new. Is this new? Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Maybe I can give you guys shout outs or something like that next time. Oh, Padma is asking, can you join the membership from iPhone? So, Padma, if you go into the description box of this video, if you're on your iPhone, click the link that says join my membership. If you're having trouble or you don't see like the perks when you click, I recommend going to your laptop because for whatever reason, like it just doesn't work on iPhone. So click the link. If it doesn't pop up, then just go to your laptop. I know it's really confusing. I try my best. Stephanie said, ooh, I'm number 7. Thank you, Annika, for the super chat. Okay, making sure I have everybody. Actually, let me give a quick little thank you to all the super chats that I got last week. And then we're going to go and then we're going to talk about Chanel, okay? So quick little thank you to all the super chats from the last live. If you're new here, just as a quick little reminder, we are live every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, unless I'm like on vacation or traveling or whatever. I really try and keep up with the weekly cadence. So thank you for joining us today, but please join us again in the future if you would like to have fun with us. Thank you so much, Kia. Thank you, Sherry Morgan, Holly, Sonia Costard. Hopefully I pronounced your name okay. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, Janet Williams, Barbie K. We have Cindy, Laura McCann, Trina P, Miriam. Thank you guys for the super chats. We have Catherine Peterson, Justine Hall, Sea Salt Waves, Kay Josephine, Laura McCann. We have Annika, Anne. Thank you so much. Anissa, Stephanie S. There was a lot last week. Chelsea Sorrell, Christiane, Robin Rickman, Tyga, Clarissa, Brown Girl Bella, Anna Thomas, Jessica R, Shug Avery, Sea Salt Waves again. And I think that was it. So special thanks to all of you guys for your very generous super chats. And you all have been entered into the drawing at the end of June. All right, guys, hold on. Let me change. We're going to talk about Chanel now. Thank you, Sarah, for gifting 5 Sophia Sees Beauty memberships. Thank you, Barbie, for the super chat. She says, my 13-year-old girl cousin asked me for lash growth serum, so I bought her castor oil in eye component. That's smart. She has been curling her lashes and wearing mascara. Wow, 13. I guess that's not like too young. I'm trying to remember when I started wearing mascara. Hey, New said, Chanel, clap. Kim, did I thank you for your super sticker? Thank you so much. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, thank you, Christiane. She said, Sophia's community rocks, heart. Nitu said, yes, I had to hide and wear mascara in middle school, lol. Thank you, Susanna, for the super sticker. And thank you for joining the live. Chanello. You guys have a little Chanel-y, if you remember, you have a Chanel. Okay, thank you, Christian. She's showing you guys. You have a little emoji. Sorry, why couldn't I think of it? Anyway, guys, let's talk about Chanel right now. What is going on? Let me bring up my notes here. Okay, Chanel sales fall 4%. It says in this article from the Business of Fashion, Chanel's annual revenues dropped for the first time since 2020, sliding 4.3% to just 18.7 billion, just 18.7 billion last year. The French couture and beauty giant said on Tuesday, operating profit fell 30% to 4.5 billion, still a very healthy level, according to Chief Financial Officer Philippe Blondiau. Sorry, I know I'm butchering the names. As the brand prepares to relaunch its fashion image under new artistic director Mathieu Blasi. It says in the article, this performance followed a period of unprecedented growth in which revenues nearly doubled over the previous 3 years. Chief Executive Lena Nair, I believe it's pronounced Nair, said, it's a challenging time in the world and continues to be challenging. What's interesting, though, is like, I'm sure that they had growth across several categories, but they also had ridiculous price increases. I looked this up before the live. The price of a classic flap in 2019 was $5,600. The price of a medium classic flap now is $10,800, so almost $11,000, and maybe even more depending on like the collection. Insane. Like that's an insane increase in just a few matter of years. It says here that they've opened, is this how many they opened or how many they will open? I think this is how many they're going to open. 53 new boutiques. But here's the catch, guys. Only 6 of those, I think it is, are fashion boutiques. Almost all of them are the beauty boutiques. I know many of you know what I'm talking about, but there are standalone Chanel beauty boutiques. I know that we have one. Where is the one that we have here? It's like north. It might be in Frisco. I'm not sure, but we have one here in the Dallas area. I've been to one in the Miami area. There are a bunch of standalone beauty boutiques, and they're going to be launching a lot more of those, which is really telling on what categories are performing well. Ready to wear and fine jewelry are doing pretty well, they're never going to release all of these numbers, right? But apparently those categories are doing well. I think the reason is because, number one, fine jewelry, it's priced like pretty much comparably to what you would see from other fine jewelry brands. I think a lot of people, they feel like there is value there because it's fine jewelry. I'm kind of surprised to see ready-to-wear doing fairly well. I don't know if shoes is lumped into that, but I remember my sales associate at the Boston store when I was there last fall. She said that shoes were their biggest category, I think, that quarter. So I think shoes have been doing really well for them. And I think the biggest thing is that people are like, okay, if all of these categories are doing well, the assumption is that leather goods are not doing well. It seems like, at least in my opinion, a lot of people, even that top like 5% of customers, the ultra wealthy, they just don't see the value anymore in Chanel handbags. They've gotten to a point where like they're kind of pricing themselves out of what they are, which is a machine-made bag. These are not handmade bags. Like, I think that the pocket on the back of the, classic flap is hand sewn, but most of it is done with machines. And so I think a lot of people are a lot of luxury shoppers, people who normally would be interested in Chanel leather goods. They're kind of like, why don't I just try and buy Hermes? Why don't I find something that is handmade? Why don't I find like a niche artisanal brand to make me a bag? They're kind of over it. maybe having Chanel ready to wear is more of like a niche customer, perhaps. You kind of feel like you're getting a little piece of a collection and not everybody is going to be seen wearing it. It's not as, I don't know if I want to say it's not as basic, it's not as popular. So yeah, I think the question is like, how much more expensive can you make these bags? I think they've hit their limit. And it does seem like they are pulling back on the price increases. They've been increasing prices not once, but twice a year for the past couple of years. And some of those have been double-digit price increases. They're saying now that they're going to increase according to inflation. But yeah, they're basically not doing huge price increases anymore. It also says in the article, with major markets like China, Europe, and the US under pressure, Chanel is working to expand in new countries, including Mexico, India, and Canada. India seems to be a very big opportunity for a lot of these brands. That's what I'm reading across many of the articles. India is where they're trying to expand. They're doing more shows there, opening up more boutiques. It's definitely the US and China where they've been seeing a lot of softening, and that's definitely hurting them. I have another few thoughts I want to share, but I want to hear what you guys are saying. Let me back up here. Justine says, I remember treating myself to a Chanel purse for my birthday, my first, and it was $750 in 1992. Crazy. Yes. Crazy. I bought my first ever Chanel bag. I can't remember what year it was. It was when I was in my 20s. And then I realized I didn't like the boy bag and I sold it in 2020 and the price had gone up so much that I basically sold it for what I bought it for. Like it held its value. And it's just crazy because of the price increases. Whereas like normally you sell a bag and you obviously lose money off on it. I've noticed a lot of the pre-loved prices have been coming down as well. Amy said, I've decided no more Chanel. I'm usually disappointed. Clarissa said, I feel if you walk into a Chanel boutique, you are expected to buy. Like they stare if you just want to browse. Yeah, I never feel they have the worst service. That's all I'm going to say. Like they have the worst service. I'm not trying. I've had some nice sales associates. Like I'm not talking about any one sales associate, but the experience at Chanel is like not very fun. If I go into any other luxury store, I feel like they're eager to show me things. They're like, oh, what do you want to look at? Like they pull stuff out for me. They offer me champagne. They're helpful. They're friendly. At Chanel, it's almost like they don't want to sell me anything. Like they don't want to show me what they have, or they want to make it seem like it's more exclusive than it actually is. Deborah said, Chanel fine jewelry has good resale. That's good to know. Thank you, Cindy, for the super sticker. Sea Salt Wave says, I'm sure people are getting fed up with the price hikes. Consumers have so much power with their wallets. Exactly. They finally, I think, have hit a ceiling. And even the people that really like Chanel or have the money to buy it, like they could buy it, but they're like, why am I paying $11,000 for this bag? It's just too much. So it's really the beauty category where they've been excelling. Like they are doing really well with makeup and skincare, the article said. Fragrances, not as much, but they just launched the Chance Eau Splendide. So maybe those numbers will change in a couple of months because they've done a lot of promotion for that. Let me see. Nitu said, yes, the beauty and fragrance has sunglasses. Yeah, we're going to talk about sunglasses in a second. Yes, Karen. The fashion and beauty boutique is in Highland Park Village, but there's a separate beauty boutique in the Dallas area that's just beauty. I usually go to the Highland Park Village one because that's like not too far when I go to get the makeup for my reviews. Anna says one is opening by my house in Boca. Oh, interesting. Cindy said Chanel's quality took a nosedive on some products. Michelle said we have one in San Diego. Nitu said luxury beauty is on the rise. Kia said a classic flap in the 80s was $850. Isn't that wild? Yeah, a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, that's such a big increase. Yeah, they are greedy, Annika. Isn't that true? At least I think it is. Tracy said, getting out my little violin emoji. Sorry, Chanel, your quality is slipping, at least in your beauty products. No, it's definitely slipping in the leather goods as well. Like I'll go in and I'll check stuff out, or if I know they have a new collection in, sometimes I'm like, oh, can I see this thing or whatever? And it does not feel high quality. Let's put like machine made out of the picture here, just like for a luxury bag, because like plenty of brands use machines to make their bags. It doesn't feel as good as a lot of the other brands that are doing well right now. It's just not worth it anymore. Jessica said the super rich people only buy the specially one-of-a-kind bags, not the flaps or classic bags. There's also a pretty robust pre-love market. Yeah, that's true, Jessica. I think those people, they want something that is, just like you said, very one of a kind. If you have a black classic flap, it's like not, I think it's just like not as interesting to you if you're a super rich person, because you probably, it's like, I can't relate, but it feels very basic, right? What did Amit say? Oh, Jen said, as a consumer, I find the price hikes on the bag insulting, haha, but I was never considering their bags anyway. Amit says, I totally agree. Chanel is not what it used to be. I'm glad I have my older bags, but the new collections don't interest me at all. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really liked a lot of the past collections, or I like a little thing here and there, but the bags I have not liked. The other thing that I wanted to say is that I think that Chanel as a company, the way they operate right now is very different than when Carl was at the brand. Carl had, from what I've heard from all of the, podcasts and articles that I've read, Carl had a lot of power and a lot of influence over the brand, the way it was run, the products that were created, all the collections, and also like the money that was spent on these fashion shows. They were very, very expensive. Like if you're going to build like a humongous rocket ship, that's very expensive that you're going to use for what is like a 15-minute show. Chanel is not like that anymore. Like Lena Nair came from Unilever. They're running this brand as a big, wide, global company. It's not like the person who is the creative is the voice of the brand anymore. I feel like that's what Carl was. Like he was kind of the soul of the brand and really the driving creative force. I don't think we're getting that anymore. And with Mathieu Blasi, like I loved what he's done at Bottega. I'm curious to see what he comes out with at Chanel. Will they give him enough creative power? I think that they chose him because he's not so big. He's extremely talented. I think he gets the house codes. And I think that he makes very good quality pieces and he's very innovative with different fabrics. And I think that's what Chanel needs. But I think that they chose him because he is still kind of early on in his career. He doesn't have a big ego. He's not going to like command things. They're going to have more control over him. I don't think that, I don't know. I'm really interested to see like how are things going to work out this fall when he starts. I think he's going to show his first collection in the fall, I think. Like how much is he really going to have an impact on Chanel? What are they going to do? Are they going to improve their quality? Are they going to diversify their product portfolio and maybe come out with some more affordable options because they've like totally, I mean, I don't think they need the aspirational customer as much as like a Louis Vuitton or a Gucci, but still like $11,000 for a classic flap is just too much. Let me see what you're saying. Laura said they need like an old school Galliano or even like a Sarah Burton. Jessica said Bottega is the epitome of quiet luxury. I wonder how that will translate to the double C's. Yeah. I love what he's done at Bottega. Like I was sad. I get sad. I'm like, no, I don't want this change, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be for the better. The thing is that I can't afford Chanel ready to wear. So I'm like, no, don't go to Chanel because then, well, I guess I don't really have any Bottega ready to wear either. But Chanel is just so much more expensive. I'm just like, great. Now there's going to be so much stuff that I want that I can't buy. So Julie said, Dior won me over with their customer service, regardless of how much you are spending. So when I have more money to spend, they'll get it. Chanel's attitude has turned me on the brand as far as leather. Dior, like in the boutiques at least, has very good customer service. They're always very kind, very polite, very helpful. I've had nothing but good experiences with Dior. They do have some of the best boutique service, along with Fendi, I think. Paula said the passion is not there now, just business. Stephanie says she prefers vintage. Yeah, I like the vintage better as well. Joanne said, as well, most super rich people truly care more for quality, innovation, and unique items. They don't need to show their wealth. Yeah, and you know what? They know what quality is. You know, like if they have the best of the best, if they have purchased maybe from Chanel in the past or perhaps from different brands, you know, they've traveled the world and they've seen quality and they've seen craftsmanship, they're going to know, okay, like this isn't worth it. They're not going to be easily impressed, and they don't feel like they need it as a status symbol. They're looking for something more interesting. Yes, Jessica. Remember when Chanel did a supermarket as a runway with legit aisles? It was wild. Yeah, the supermarket collection was epic. And like the airplane collection. We have no Dior boutiques in the US. What do you mean? Of course we do. We even have Dior cafes. Lynn said, Chanel never offers sales. Even Dior does that. I love Chanel, but sometimes, and the boutiques are snooty. Well, Chanel does have sales. They usually have sales on their ready to wear and their shoes. In fact, I think the sale is going on right now. So they do have sales. They just don't tell you about the sales. Like you might not know about it unless you get a text from your SA being like, oh, by the way, we have a sale. And then when you go in the boutique, it doesn't say sale. Like the shoes are like in a cupboard. You see what I'm saying? They're on sale, but only for certain people. And I agree, that is snooty. Christina said, when I was in Asia, nobody is in the Chanel ready-to-wear and leather goods boutique. I can walk in and buy any bag I want in whatever size and color. Interesting. Where in Asia? That's interesting. Yeah, maybe they're done with it. It's definitely the beauty boutiques that are the area of growth right now. And they do offer sunglasses, and they do offer some small leather goods like makeup pouches and those types of things. They do offer some things in the beauty boutiques, but they don't have like, you know, like bags and stuff there. Karen says we have a beauty boutique. I feel that Chanel won't open more clothing boutiques because they need to maintain exclusivity for long-term goals. Yeah, potentially. I think they need to figure out their quality and fix that. Kia says, "How is your Chanel backpack holding up?" It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any issues with any of my Chanel bags. I just like when I look at the newer bags, I don't know, like they just don't like the leather doesn't feel as nice to me. It really depends on the bag. But I'm very grateful. Like I haven't had any issues with mine. I'm very thankful for the bags that I have. But I think moving forward, I'm more interested in collecting vintage items. You know, finding like that one special piece or like that one color in this shape and this leather, and obviously paying a fraction of the price, even if it is worn in. I like that look. That's more fun and special to me because I just love fashion and I like collecting those types of things. I enjoy that way more than, I mean, I guess I like collecting a little piece of certain collections, but the quality needs to be there is what I'm saying. Like I have 2 pieces from Carl's, like the earrings that I wore in my Chanel video this week. Those are, people kept asking me, where are they from? They're from Chanel. I don't know why people ask that. Maybe it's not obvious. I don't know, but they have a big Chanel logo on them. Those are from the Chanel Ancient Greece collection that Carl did in 2018, I think it was. I have a bracelet and those earrings from that collection because I'm Greek American and I really loved the jewelry in that collection. I just really wanted to collect a piece of his collection. And those were the only things that I could afford. And those were the things that I really liked. So I enjoy that. I love like reminiscing and thinking back at other collections. But if the quality's not there, then it's really not special, right? Oh, thank you, Marcia. She said those earrings were so cute. Brown Girl Bella said, indeed, love vintage. Yeah, a lot of you guys are saying you love vintage. And vintage Chanel jewelry is pretty cool. Marcia said, my local Chanel is inside the Neiman Marcus and has excellent service, but it's only bags, sunnies, and jewelry. Oh, okay. There's no ready to wear. My Nordstrom Chanel essay is amazing too. Maybe department store service is better. Yeah, maybe. Jessica says the Chanel vanity pouches and makeup bags, I believe, are in the beauty boutique. I also think they have sunnies. Yeah, they do. Christina was in Japan, Taiwan, and Korea. Oh, interesting. Marie said their makeup bags are $1,000. I'm good. Yeah, because it's basically a Chanel bag. So it's kind of like when a full seasonal bag is about $6,000. So the little pouches are $1,000. It's really expensive, but if you were somebody that if you really wanted a Chanel bag, you could buy the little makeup bag, which is going to be, Chanel leather and everything. And it's $1,000 and you could use it as like a little clutch. So you could use it as a bag, but it is a lot for a makeup pouch. I get it. Meg said, too many TikTok influencers are getting Chanel bags. Really? What are you guys saying here? Jessica said, how every Bottega's mini loop bag have gone up exponentially in the past few years. That's the bag I reach out to the most. Such good quality. Yeah, I was looking this up the other day. I don't remember why. Why was I looking this up? Oh, I was looking at the Bottega website. I was just looking at what was new. I wasn't like buying anything, but I was like, oh, what do they have? And the mini loop bag is a bag that I have, and I actually reviewed on this channel. And I wanted to review it because it was like the best deal that you could get, not only on Bottega, but it was one of the best price luxury bags. And I was like, there's no way it's staying this price. It used to be $1,200 for like a really nice size crossbody bag with the intrecciato leather and everything. It is now, I think, $2,400. I think it doubled in price over a couple of years. Like, that's insane. I think we needed to for Dior, we definitely need to distinguish like the makeup customer service, like the on the phone customer service and the boutique experience are two completely different things. Like the actually that reminds me, I have to call them because my Dior blushes, the ones that I just reviewed, they were supposed to come one day delivery and like they didn't even ship and I had to call out and be like, "Hey, are these going to ship?" And they're like, oh, we'll escalate it. And then, of course, it was Memorial Day weekend. So I didn't get them until yesterday. And they're just the worst. Like they're the worst. And I said, okay, so like, are you guys going to refund me? Because she sort of like was gaslighting me, trying to act like they hadn't failed the one day delivery that I paid $25 for. Every time I review something on this channel, I pay like 25 extra dollars to get that stuff shipped to me ASAP so I could start playing around with it. And she's like, well, I said, are you going to refund me? And they were like, well, she said, I can't refund you until you actually get it. And I said, so you know that I qualify for a refund, but I have to call you again next week when I get the products many days later to get my refund. Like, it's just, they're just the worst. And like, it'd be better if they had like a nice attitude, but they're not nice about it. They're just kind of very like, we don't care. But yeah. Phyllis says, I really miss the department store events when they had their traveling artists come in. Did that die with COVID? No, we just did. Claytopo just did one a couple weeks back. I partnered that we did the meetup in Dallas. They had Benjamin Puckey come in and he did like a whole presentation and stuff like that. So there are some brands that are still doing that. But I bet it did die with COVID, or maybe it just died with trends. Who knows? Meg said, I've seen Chanel handbag quality go downhill lately and the prices are crazy. I bought my first GST handbag in 2010 for $3,500. That's like the big tote, right? I can't imagine how much it would go for now until if it was still sold. Yeah, exactly. Probably so much. At least six grand. See what you guys are saying. Jacqueline said, Bottega is the next brand I'm researching. Well, let me know, Jacqueline, in the Discord if you have any questions, because they're one of my favorite brands. And they have some of the best quality. And for a lot of their bags, they have a lifetime guarantee. Like if anything happens to your bag, it's under warranty. Hold on, you guys. Some of you guys are laughing at each other, and I'm missing out. Beauty in the Frizz says, the biggest Chanel pouch I have is the one for my tweed eyeshadow, and that was overpriced. Indeed. Oh, Laura said, did you see that video of how tons of influencers are getting blacklisted for buying Chanel and Hermes bags, taking pics, then returning everything? Oh my God, that's so dumb. I'm not surprised though. Hold on. Okay, you guys are laughing at Laura's comment. Jessica said, "Congrats to Jacqueline for starting a fabulous handbag collection." Yes, you've gotten some good bags lately, Jacqueline. I need to check and see if you guys have posted any more. Christina said, "Chanel and LV handbag price hikes are ridiculous. It is so much more than Hermes. Yet Hermes never upped production. Greedy and cheap, and I don't want their stuff." Yeah, I'm getting turned off too, guys. Okay, Chanel brings makeup artists around through Nordstrom. Good to know. Okay. Jessica said her holy trinity is Loewe, Fendi, and Bottega. Oh, so the same as me. And Hermes. Ooh, Clarissa said, "I'm going to Italy in September and I want to buy a purse. I can't decide which." Well, Clarissa, pop into the membership Discord because we have a handbag lovers channel and we can help you if you have questions. If you have any questions also about like how to get the tax free and that kind of stuff, I'm like an expert on that. So just let me know. Um, oh yeah, Nitu is going to Greece. Maybe they will have better prices. They definitely will. Anywhere in Europe is going to have better prices. I'm going on a trip at the end of June because I'm in my friend's wedding. I don't know if I'm going to get anything. Maybe I'll do a little bit of shopping. I'm not sure, but um, you can save a considerable amount of money by buying things in Europe. Okay. Oh, Tyga got a unique vintage Chanel last month. Ooh, which one did you get? I want to know. Post it. Did you post it in the Discord? All right, let's go to the next article, guys. I got a couple more here. We're running out of time. I wanted to know what you guys thought of this because this kind of ties into what we were saying. So, and one of you guys posted this in the Discord. So we talked about this a little bit in the membership Discord. Exclusive: Chanel signs Kendrick Lamar as a brand ambassador. When I saw this, I mean, putting aside, I know he's like a fan of the brand, but when I saw this, my thoughts were that I feel like Chanel is trying a little bit too hard to insert themselves into pop culture. Like they have Dua Lipa with the new 25 bag. They have a lot of like the K-pop stars as their brand ambassadors. And then they have Kendrick Lamar and like they don't do menswear. So they have him in the sunglasses. Like he's basically promoting the sunglasses. Yes, need to. Chanel is trying to be cool now. Jessica said, Chanel is trying too hard. Laura, yes, Laura, it's the Pharrell effect. I feel like they're trying to be a part of like hip hop culture or like mainstream music, like Dua Lipa or whatever. Tyga said, trying to get the vibe from Pharrell. Carol said, I agree with you on Chanel and pop culture. It feels forced. Yeah, like there's something very, I don't know. When I saw this campaign, I was like, okay, I think what they're trying to do here is that the bags are not selling. And so they're like, oh, we will sell you incredibly expensive sunglasses. Like the sunglasses are kind of the next thing that maybe people will go for. And they don't do menswear. And they're going to continue to not do menswear. So they put him in the sunglasses. And it does say in the article, Yeah, and in fact, it does say in this article, it says the push on eyewear comes as luxury companies battle a global downturn in demand, fueled by slowing economic growth and stubborn inflation, as well as steep price hikes by brands that caused many shoppers to disengage from the category. So, like what I just said. While Chanel's most popular handbag styles now cost over 10 grand, its eyewear line, produced in partnership with Luxottica, they're all produced by Luxottica, okay, still includes items priced under $500. The category is also distributed more broadly than the rest of Chanel's fashion offer, sold on the brand's e-commerce site, as well as through opticians and Luxottica-backed retail chains like Sunglass Hut. So it's like, okay, our sunglasses are already distributed more broadly than the rest of the products that we have. They're basically like they're expanding all of the beauty, they're expanding more beauty boutiques, and then they're trying to double down on eyewear because everything else is just too expensive. So they're like, hey, aspirational customers, we've got Kendrick Lamar. We are so cool. Marie said Chanel needs to stay in their lane. Casey said Chanel liked those bell-bottom jeans. Hey, they were boot cut, Casey. ECB said Kendrick is to Chanel as Pharrell is to LV. Well, here's the thing though. Pharrell used to wear Chanel a bunch, right? He used to wear a lot of like pearl accents and that kind of stuff. The Janet said, well, Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show won't help much. Bah. I didn't watch it. I don't like, this is a no offense to anybody, but I hate his music. I hate that style of music. I don't enjoy it. And I'm not trying to say that I am like a go-to person for pop culture at all. I literally never know what's going on and I don't know what good music is, but I'm not a fan. So I'm not influenced by this at all. Pharrell, I feel like is cool. I like some of the things he's doing for Louis Vuitton. Pink Sparkle says, I like it. Marie said, I thought Dua Lipa was an ambassador for YSL. She is. It might only be YSL Beauty, however. She is specifically promoting the Chanel 25 bag. She's the face of that. I guess, she probably doesn't have exclusivity as well because she's such a big star. She can negotiate for that kind of stuff. The halftime show was a hit. Christina said, I thought the same, Sophia, about the ambassadors. Lol. Did they forget the over 50? It's very strange, right? Because they have like Jennie from Blackpink, they have Dua Lipa and whatnot. But it's like the people who are following these celebrities, these artists, these influencers, like, do they shop at Chanel? I guess maybe the fragrances, but I don't really see Chanel makeup being super popular with the younger generations like Dior and YSL. So I don't know. Who's buying the 25 bag? Apparently it's been a hit. Sherry said, I love me some Kendrick. Thank you, Jacqueline, for gifting a Sophia Sees Beauty membership. Tyga said, Chanel is pretty stuffy, not cool like Loewe. They want the cool factor, but are going about it in an odd way. Yeah. Who would you guys put as a Chanel ambassador? I would love to know. That would be fun. Let me know who you think would be, if you're watching the replay as well, put it in the comments. I want to know, who do you think would be a good Chanel ambassador? Sherry said, the rappers have the money to buy Chanel. They do. They have the money to buy a lot of things. But you know what? Like, I don't know about rappers, but you guys know I like to watch basketball. I don't see any of the NBA players wearing Chanel. They're all wearing Loewe. Oh, no, sorry, not Loewe. They're all wearing Louis Vuitton, Bottega, and Goyard. A lot of Louis Vuitton. Enamored Beauty said, I can tell you my husband isn't looking twice at these glasses. They're not designed for men. I think that these, I mean, you can wear whatever you want. People can wear whatever they want, but I am pretty sure that these glasses were not designed for men. He's just wearing them. Jessica said, Chanel is trying to stay relevant at all costs in any category. They just don't go viral as much. Everyone else did. Yeah, true. Pink Sparkle said, just let him live his best Chanel life. I mean, he's going to. He's going to. Deborah bought the Starface pimple stickers. They are cute. Lynn is saying, I'm still trying to sort out why so many Grammys. You either like that style of music or you don't. I just don't like that style of music. Can we go back to Keira Knightley as a brand ambassador? Oh yeah, forgot about that. Laura is saying Margaret Qualley is a big Chanel and Lily Rose Depp. I guess they're just trying to integrate more male ambassadors. But I mean, if they can, like, I'm all for Chanel trying to like be a little bit more cool. I want like the product strategy and like the rest of the products like need to match that. Like when Pharrell puts out a fashion show, everything seems very cohesive. Like the customer they're trying to reach, the products they're creating, the styles, the colors, the theme, the location, like everything seems really tied together. You know, like the music for the show. I don't necessarily like see that with Chanel, and then like I'm not seeing a lot of cohesiveness from Chanel is kind of what I'm saying. Um Trying to catch up here. Hugh Grant for a brand ambassador. Helen Mirren. Let me see here. Margot Robbie. These people are already Chanel ambassadors. Keanu, says Lynn. Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to convince me to like his music, but it's fine. Like there's nothing like wrong with it. I just don't enjoy that style of music. He's obviously famous for a reason. Who else are you guys saying? Maybe Halsey. She's so gorgeous. Who do you guys think embody what you think of when you think Chanel? Idris Elba, Bradley Cooper. Pink Sparkle said, no one is cooler than Kendrick right now, though. Is he like very much in the limelight right now? Because I have no idea. Addison Rae. Interesting. Jacob Elordi. Who are these people? Jacob Elordi is the handsomest man ever. I don't know who these people are. No. Joanne said the pick is edgy. It is very edgy. I mean, he looks good. It's a good campaign. Hopefully he'll sell some sunglasses. Oh, he was on Euphoria. I don't watch these edgy shows. Kaya Gerber could be fun. We need people who are like not, I mean, no shame to the Nepo babies. Like if they're good at modeling, they're good at modeling. But like I'm tired of seeing the same like 4 people in every campaign. I don't know. Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay, interesting. John Batiste. Jacqueline said, I think Chanel should play to their strengths, and it's not youngsters. Their ambassador should reflect that. Yeah, but they need to attract that younger customer, or else like they're going to phase out. They're going to become like, you don't want to be known as a brand for a more mature customer, as bad as that sounds. Like you want to keep evolving to what the next generation sees as luxury. But I think it's tough because I don't think that Gen Z cares about I don't think that they care about the prestige and heritage and like history of these brands. They've just grown up a bit differently. And so they're just chasing whatever is like viral on the internet. They don't care that Chanel has been around for decades, and they're not really aware of necessarily, I guess, the history and the prestige. Like they just don't care as much. So I see what they're doing. No. Yes, Timothy Chalamet is the face of the Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, and like he's a very popular for beauty, it makes sense because I can see that customer buying that product. But I don't know. I'd be curious. Are we going to see a lot of men wearing Chanel glasses? I mean, that would be fine. Why don't they get Bruno Mars? Yeah, I mean, it's usually the younger people that get brought in. But how old is Kendrick Lamar though? Is he like millennial? Selena Gomez. Hi, Michelle from Lux Beauty Down Under. Carol said Chanel should aim younger for their accessories and beauty. Yeah, I think that's why they're putting him in the sunglasses, because they don't have menswear. So they're like, okay, you can sort of like rep the accessories because, like maybe a man wants sunglasses or even like costume jewelry, like a cool cuff bracelet or a necklace or something like that. There's no reason why that might not, appeal to a man who's into, I don't know, more showy jewelry. Doechi, am I pronouncing that correctly? Would be perfect counterpart to Kendrick for Chanel. Hannah Eibender. Okay, he's 37. Okay, that's kind of around how old I thought he was. Pedro Pascal must be protected at all times. He's adorable. Devin Carlson. I'll have to look these people up. I really don't watch a lot of TV and movies, so. Dochi. Okay, thank you, Marie. Okay, maybe we can do one more article and then we'll pop on over to the after party because it is getting kind of late. So this was an article that I saw in the Business of Fashion. This one is called The End of the Lipstick Index. And we've talked about some of these things already in the live today, so we don't have to go through every little bit. But there was also a podcast. It was only like 30 minutes long, 20 to 30 minutes, kind of going off of this article. So I've also linked that down in the description box, guys, in case you want to like listen to it in your free time. Also, you usually need to pay to read Business of Fashion. So it's a nice little quick podcast. But anyway, hold on, let me get over here to my notes. So basically, this article is chatting about some of the recent declines this quarter. So Coty reported a 6% sales decline, cut its annual profit forecast, and announced plans to lay off 700 employees and around 5% of its workforce. Both LVMH's selective retailing, which houses Sephora, and its perfumes and cosmetics division failed to grow, which is interesting because I feel like we were hearing last year that Sephora was doing pretty well. L'Oreal posted modest growth of 3.5%. And then Estee Lauder and Shiseido also saw their sales continue to slide. So what some of the commentary for that in the article said, but the wider issue is that we are entering an era of customized moderation where shoppers are becoming choosier with their dollars. And if you guys don't know like what the lipstick effect is, it was coined by someone at Estee Lauder. Forgive me, I'm forgetting their name, but basically it's kind of that effect where even in times of recession, makeup still continues to perform because consumers, even if they're kind of like budgeting their money, they still like to treat themselves with more affordable luxuries, like a lipstick, for example. I feel like most of you guys are familiar with this, but just in case somebody isn't, that's kind of what that means. And this article is arguing that we're kind of at the point where it's like the end of the lipstick index. And why do they think that is? It says here, the difference now versus when the lipstick effect was coined is that brands more frequently push their priciest products rather than cheaper impulse buys. Do you guys think that's true? Do you think brands more frequently push their priciest products? I never really thought of it that way, but perhaps. I think they just keep increasing the prices. And the sheer amount of choice has left many customers feeling ambivalent about beauty overall. At the same time, they are feeling pressured by several years of high inflation and sluggish economic growth. This means they have less money to splurge, and when they do, beauty may not be the first place they go to shop. In the podcast, they mentioned 30% of sales come from new products. They talked a bit about like, especially in the US, we have this obsession with newness and sort of more. People are not super brand loyal anymore. They kind of just like move on to the next new thing. And I've definitely done that before as well. Like, oh, I used to use NARS Creamy Concealer. Why did I stop using that? Like, that's a really good product. Why am I constantly looking for like the next best concealer? Oh, a new one came out. Like, is it better? Particularly in the US, they see a large percentage of sales from brands from new products. And that's why we see brands pushing out so much newness. And I can definitely say from a YouTube creator's point of view, there is a lot of pressure to review new products. And most of the views come from content that covers new products, regardless of what people say in the comments. The other thing they mentioned I would love to know from you guys, please put in the chat and I'll read what you guys have to say. Why do you think do you think the lipstick index is over and why? I would love to know if you think it's over. Why do you what are the causes of that? It also noted in the podcast that the luxury experience of going to the counter is not a thing anymore, that people buy a lot on Amazon and TikTok. And also we've discussed this in a previous live. You know, you guys are listening to like YouTube reviews, people like me, other, people on maybe TikTok and Instagram, as opposed to like going to the counter and getting your recommendations from that person. A lot of you guys said previously you'd like to get in and out if you're going to the store. Like you don't really want to linger there. You might not necessarily like want or even expect a luxurious experience from the counter. So it's almost like previously, maybe when times were down, people would go to the department store and they would get this kind of like very luxurious experience, but it obviously wouldn't, you know, maybe all you were buying was a lipstick, but you got like a relaxing afternoon out of it and you enjoyed yourself. But it's just not really the same anymore. And beauty is so expensive now as well. So let me see what you guys are saying. Deborah said $75 for a lipstick is no longer a little luxury. Yeah, luxury lipsticks are very expensive now. Joanne said, with what I'm buying, I'm surprised the numbers are down, but yes, totally agree. Bella, Brown Girl Bella said, same with the wine and spirit industry. Marie said, it's also like clothing, higher hemlines in financial hard times, lower hemlines during financial good times. Lauren says, I agree with Deborah. The price increases have been just too much. Angela said, if LVMH Sephora is not doing well, it's not anyone's fault here. Yeah, I know. It's not our fault. Deborah said, I can buy clothing for the price of a luxury lipstick. Yeah, exactly. Annika said, I agree with Sophia. There's no brand loyalty anymore. TikTok doesn't help. Yeah, people are very fickle. They're not like, oh, I do have some subscribers that tell me like, oh, I only buy Chanel and Dior. Or I have a close friend and she's not like big into makeup, but like she, wears makeup like if she goes to work or something like that. And she loves Chanel. All of her makeup is Chanel. And she goes to Bloomies and she has like the loyalty card and everything. And she goes to her girl at the counter and she gets her stuff, her replenishments and her samples and all that kind of stuff. Like she's big into that. But I don't think that's the typical consumer these days. Oh yeah, Anissa said it's blush index now. That's so funny. You're so right. Yeah, Talitha said, I enjoy watching the new releases, but I don't want to buy all of them. Laura said, I wish I could have a good experience at the counter. Laura, what do you not like about it? Do you feel like people are like pushy or not really helpful? Annika says, I buy a lot online. It's just easier. Sea Salt Wave says, I'm liking this new rebellion against high prices by consumers. It's time we say enough. I'm probably alone in this. Yeah, I mean, you have to like, I think we're seeing it now. I think we're seeing people are like, no. Or I think with my subscribers, because we're just into this kind of stuff, we might buy less, but maybe something we think is higher quality or we really feel is gonna make us feel luxurious. Oh, it's gotta have nice packaging, has to be really good formula, has to be a color that I would wear or a unique color. Like the article says, I think a lot of people are more choosy. Talitha says, still love an experience at the counter. Then again, I'm Gen X. I also love an experience at the counter. I don't go to the counter that much because things normally launch online first and I can get them faster first. Or I might just be like in a rush to buy the things or I don't have the time. But I love going to the counter. I like talking to people in stores. I know not everybody is like that, but I enjoy chatting with sales associates and saying like, oh, what's your best seller? Like what sells really well here? Which colors are most popular? That's just like very interesting to me. I don't know. I like it, but I think that I'm in the minority. ECB said, I watch beauty video reviews like yours, Sophia. By the way, you influenced me to buy the Prada mascara. I love it. Oh, yay. Paula said, I want the whole experience. Try different shades, talk to my SA, review different brands. Yeah. Elizabeth says, I think online has made it much more accessible to everyone, not close to department stores. Right. Like you can get whatever you want. If if you live in an area that like doesn't really get a lot of cool things as well. Like I'm from kind of a small town area and we really never, we don't have, I don't think we have a Nordstrom. We have a Macy's. There's not a lot of shopping where my family lives. So I wish we had online when I was younger. I feel like online shopping was just starting to kind of be a thing. Like I bought my prom dress online and people thought I was insane. They're like, "What? You bought it online?" Now I order clothes and whatever online all the time. I literally order my groceries, you know? Brown Girl Bella says the in-store experience isn't the same anymore. Um, Lisa says, I think many people have so much makeup already that buying more does not really feel like much of a treat. I don't think I think that maybe we fall into that category. I don't know if everybody else does. I think that a lot of brands probably target younger demographics as well because they don't have as much makeup or they haven't maybe like the what's the word? The special factor or whatever. The specialness factor hasn't like worn off, you know what I mean? Like for us, we've seen so many things release, it's like maybe it doesn't impress us. Yeah, Laura said, not knowledgeable for the most part. Okay, that's why you don't like the counter. Went to the Chanel counter this weekend and I knew more than the Nordy's essays. Yeah, that's a really good point. I do feel like I know more than the sales associates sometimes. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to be like the expert on this brand? Aren't you supposed to know like I understand if they don't know what's coming out months from now, but sometimes I'm just I don't know. I had to get color matched 3 times for the La Prairie foundation because like that's why I go in store a lot of times because I want somebody to help me figure out like what shade will be good if I'm going to spend that much money on a foundation. It took me 3 tries. Like they're not even color matching me correctly. Clarissa said, buying directly from the brands gives you more perks. I like to go to the store to pick my shade, then I order online. I try not to do that to the sales associates, though. That's so frustrating as a sales associate when it's just like, then they just go and order it online. Joanne says, I was trying to help the economy by getting those $42 lip butters. You are welcome. But in reality, maybe I would have bought even more. What shades did you get, Joanne? Annika is saying even the drugstore prices are going up. Elizabeth says she likes going to the actual Chanel boutique and seeing the colors in person because online the colors are not accurate. Yeah, or they look like they're photoshopped onto the models. Lynn said, I always will buy lipstick. Bryn Mawr Beth said, I enjoy the luxury makeup shopping experience. I live between a Saks, Neiman Marcus, and Nordstrom, and am very loyal to my sales associate. I love having a sales associate and having them, you know, help me and like, you know, I'll buy something from them, but like maybe another thing I might wait and get online. Like it's like whatever is most convenient to me. But I do really like having a sales associate who can like educate me about the products. Karen said, I like watching and listening to you and buying online, lol. Holly said, one of the funniest things I did in Europe was talking to the beauty associates at the stores. I had such a great time. Holly, do you feel like they kind of knew a lot about the products? Did you feel like it was different compared to the at the US, in the US? Phyllis says, if I have a crap week, I always go to the counter and find a new treat. Plus, they make commissions, so I want to put money in my local community. Yeah, exactly. Like if I kind of know the people at the counter, like I was thinking of getting another serum from Clé de Peau this weekend because I could get like 15% off or whatever. But I was like, maybe I'll fully finish the one that I have and then just go get it from the people at Neiman's that I met. It's like I'll just like go get it at the counter. So Little Sin said, Gen Z also grew up watching their parents struggle with cost of living increases that outpace their pay. It might be organic that they are tighter with their wallet. Yeah, maybe. I think I've like seen some YouTube videos about Gen Z, and it's like a lot of them, they don't really like, as a millennial, I can just say from my own experience and what I've heard from other millennials is that I feel like we were very much preached to like you have to go to college, you have to do this. There was kind of like a formula to being successful. And then I think that Gen Z is noticing that, especially with just the way that the world has changed so much over the years and with technology, there's just so many other different opportunities and like ways to live your life. And they're growing up seeing people on the internet getting internet famous overnight. And they're like, should I go to college? Or like, maybe I can do this other thing. And I think a lot of them are kind of like, I don't know, they just like see the world a little bit differently, I think. They're not like, oh, I'm just going to believe this because I'm told to. I don't believe Chanel is worth it just because everyone says it should be. I don't know. What do you guys think? Holly said, we had a tiny JC Penney. Yeah, we had a JC Penney also, or maybe we still do. I don't know. Nydia said, I got my husband online in 1992. Everyone thought I was crazy, lol. Stephanie said, I'm notorious for buying clothes online and not wearing them. Oh no. Barbie said, also, people are treating themselves to a night out, DoorDash, or random stuff that they want. I heard that Gen Z, they don't like going out to dinner like millennials. They love ordering in. Like they're very much into like DoorDash and takeout. I thought that was interesting. Converse said, Sophia has influenced me into all kinds of trouble makeup. Oh no, hopefully good makeup that you liked. Anna said, Sophia, I agree with La Prairie. I went to get some skincare and they just wanted me to buy anything I knew more of what I needed. They definitely like wanted me to buy more. And I was I don't really care, guys. Like I will speak up. I'll be polite, but I'll also be like, no, this is all I came for. Like, I don't feel pressured to necessarily get anything, but they're definitely like, come in for a facial. And it's like, I don't like facials or like try this or whatever. And so I don't know. I try to just say in the beginning of the conversation, if it's relevant, I say, hi, I am a luxury beauty creator. I like already have a lot of this stuff. Like I'm looking very specifically for these things. Like I just try and like let them know specifically what type of customer I am, or I'll say, hey, I'm a luxury beauty creator. I'm really interested in this brand. Can you help me understand like what your best sellers are or what would be worth it for me to check out for my subscribers? And I don't know, I try and like set up the conversation because sometimes they can be a little bit pushy. Marie said, I got my makeup done by Guerlain in Belfast. So much fun. 12 out of 10 would do it again. That does sound fun. Oh my gosh, trying to catch up with all your comments. Allison said, a couple of years ago, I was cornered by a La Prairie salesperson in NYC and I felt like a hostage. Oh no. My cat's playing with her toy. Do you like your new toy? Oh, she just looked up at me and went, meow. So cute. Any last thoughts, guys? I know we're a little bit over. I'm going to hop into the after party next. Any last thoughts or questions? You guys want to see Minnie before we go? I feel like we had a good discussion. Did you guys enjoy this? Feel free to send me or let me know about any other articles that you want me to discuss. Like if you see things on Instagram, best way for me to see it is to like tag me in a comment because I always like I don't get as many comments as I do DMs. So like tag me in a comment and then I'll like notate that for the next time we do this show. Min Min, do you want to say hello? Come here. Come here. She's looking up at me. Oh, she's coming over. You want to get up? You want to get up? She knows something is up. Like this cat can read my mind. She's like, why do you want me to come over? Come here. Come here. She's very suspicious. All right, it'll be a quick little cameo from Minnie. There she is. Look up. Look up here. She's like, where are you taking me? Are you going to put me in the cat carrier? Please do not do that. Ooh, my lights are very bright. Good night, Super Vero. Thank you guys for such a nice discussion. I hope that you enjoyed all of the topics today. Oh, so glad, Carrie. Thanks for this, Sophia. It was a rough day, and this was the perfect way to chill out. I'm so glad. I will make it. Brown Girl Bella said she's not interested in us, lol. She probably thought she was going to get a treat, so she was like super excited at first. But thank you guys for all of your comments. She was not pleased. She was fine. She just always looks really awkward when I like hold her up to the camera. Thank you, Justine. Have a great rest of your week and weekend to you as well. And then I'm going to hop over into the after party, guys. So if you are a member, close out of this live and then hop over into the after party and I will meet you there in a second. She does deserve a treat, Marcia. She wasn't having those lights. Yeah, I know. All right, guys, thank you so much. And thank you so much to anybody who is watching the replay. Thank you for watching until the very end. I will see you guys in my next one. Wishing you a very good night. Goodbye.